Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about the 23 most expensive items in Rec Room. As usual, if you enjoyed the video, then don't forget to enter code Tiara in your watch in Rec Room, or hit the support button on my profile in game. It's free for you and it helps out this channel tremendously. Alright, let's dive right in with number 1. Number 1, the Amulet of Elsewhere, 20,000 tokens. This amulet came out during the first Science Invasion event, and I thought I was tripping goblins when I saw it. 20,000 tokens? That would take about $35 if you bought token bundles on RecNet to fund this necklace. That's one pricey item. The design on it is alright, but it's nothing to write home about. Yes, it glows. Yes, it's a big flex, but what does it really do? This is one of the first interactive items that Rec Room released, meaning if you're wearing it, you can do something that other players can't. In this case, a secret room in Invention Tower opened up, and there was a message from S on the wall. I think it was from S. I can't keep all this lore straight. Anyway, I'll let you decide if the purchase was worth it. Number 2, Keytars, 15,000 tokens. During RecCon and a couple other events since then, Keytars have made a periodic appearance. Worn on your back and summarized as nothing more than a fancy guitar, the Keytars will set you back a whopping $25 US should you choose to purchase one. I believe there's been 3 different variations. If you were to buy all 3, you'd be out 45,000 tokens for an accessory that you have to turn around for people to see. Number 3, the Gaia hair clip, 12,358 tokens. This is just a weird number and a weird accessory. Why not make it 12,000 tokens or 13,000? Was Rec Room experimenting to see if making a random number induced any more FOMO for Rec Room players? Did a staff member just fall asleep on their keyboard when setting the price? We may never know, but this one probably wins for the smallest and most expensive item in Rec Room. After all, it's a hair clip. People might not even notice you're wearing it and would probably accuse you of making things up if you told them how much you spent on it. Number 4, the unicorn horn for 12,000 tokens. The unicorn horns in Rec Room are kind of a joke. I don't see anyone ever wearing them, and the 2 times I've seen them come out of a level 50 box, the person laughed and looked completely disappointed while shaking their head at their bad luck. But it's 12,000 tokens, I had to remind them, to no avail. The worst part about the unicorn horns is that there's 3 of them, and they're all basically identical, yet one costs 12,000 and the other 2 are 9,500 tokens. Why the price discrepancy? It's very rare for this to happen with recolors of items in Rec Room. Rare as a unicorn, one might say. Number 5, the astronaut helmet for 10,000 tokens. You're gonna have to buy a $20 token bundle if you want this clunky helmet. I would personally expect more detail and a more streamlined design on an item that costs so much. Sometimes it feels like the pricing system in Rec Room is somewhat arbitrary, and this astronaut helmet is a case in point. Or am I just missing something? Number 6, Notes by Coach for 10,000 tokens. One of the items I do think is kind of worth the hype is Notes by Coach. These knockoff Beats by Dre headphones look good on everyone. The glowing effect is super cool, and they come in a variety of colors. If you're looking for a splurge on an outfit staple, I honestly don't think you can go wrong with these. Nothing bad to say here, so moving on to the next one. Number 7, Rec Rocks glasses for 9,500 tokens. If you don't remember Rec Rocks, let me tell you. It was the first ever music festival in Rec Room with headliner Tokyo Machine and other musicians like Ethan Bortnick and Akintoy. I personally didn't know who any of them were, but it was fun regardless. Rec Rocks had its own storefront with musician-inspired limited time items, one of which was these pricey Tokyo Machine shades. Admittedly, they're kind of cool looking, but probably not for 9,500 tokens. Shout out to my friend Ashby for gifting them to me though. You shouldn't have. Number 8, the Deep Sea Diver helmet at 9,500 tokens. Yes, the Deep Sea Diver stuff. Not sure why it exists, and not in the least bit surprised I never see anyone wearing it. Someone somewhere thought that people would want to walk around looking like a clunky, rusty scuba diver from 1946, and they were sorely mistaken. No one does. Number 9, the Space Visor, 9,500 tokens. When you think of the Space Visor, you probably think of Pow. She makes the visor iconic. However, for most people, unless you have a really good fashion sense, you probably can't make this thing work into a decent outfit without a lot of forethought. It does look epic when it's worn by the right person, but otherwise, I have to say, 9,500 tokens for a visor, a bit too steep to justify. Number 10, the Diamond Crown, 9,000 tokens. One of the few accessories on this list that I actually super adore is the Diamond Crown. It just looks fancy. It's got intricate detail. I can practically see my reflection in it on PCVR when someone else has this thing on their head. It also looks good on anyone, which is a bonus. My opinion is that if you've got rec tokens to burn, then splurging on the Diamond Crown is a choice you won't regret. Or if you're not sure what to gift a friend, then I think no matter what, they'd be happy if you gifted them this. Number 11, the Disco Ball hat for 9,000 tokens. And we're back to items that are ridiculous, impractical, and dizzying to look at. The Disco Ball hat, if you can even call it a hat, should probably be boxed up and sent back to the 1970s from where it came from. In all seriousness though, I only know of one person I've ever seen make this work. My friend Disco Pancake, appropriately named, used this hat as a staple to their outfit, and that might be the only time I've ever seen anyone wearing it. Number 12, the Bog Monster Hood for 9,000 tokens. The Bog Monster outfit in itself is kind of cute, not gonna lie. It makes a great camo when you're playing Rec Royale, and it's based on one of my favorite characters in Rec Room. My main beef with this hood is that it's more than double the cost of the other 2 pieces combined. It goes back to the potential arbitrary way that Rec Room prices things. I feel like they should all be more equal. Not 1,000 for the cuffs, 3,000 for the torso, and then a random whopping 9,000 for the hat to top it all off. Number 13, the alley cat ears, 9,000 tokens. My signature cat ears make the list because they cost 9,000 tokens. I forgot they were so expensive, honestly. Recently, you could get them for free because Rec Room brought them back for the most recent invasion event in the challenges timeline. Now there's a lot of Tarapeutic clones running around, I'm sure. Are cat ears worth the 9,000 tokens? Maybe. While I do think that they're much more visually appealing than the original cat ears, it's still a bit backwards to me that most of the items on here are actually small accessories and not torso pieces. Number 14, the astronaut suit for 8,500 tokens. If you're planning a venture out to space, then you'll definitely want to splurge on this astronaut suit. But for 99.999% of the Rec Room player base, there are much nicer ways to spend 8,500 tokens. Number 15, the anime tiara for 8,500 tokens. Most people are offended if an anime item comes out of their level 50 box, and just on their own volition, would never spend so much money on a simple tiara. The anime headpieces are completely overpriced in my opinion. I've seen plenty of other nicer crowns and headpieces in the game that are a fraction of the cost, so I say skip this one if you have any semblance of a budget. Number 16, the Viking Helmet, 8,500 tokens. If you want to pretend to be a Viking in Rec Room, it's gonna cost you. This one rustic helmet is a whopping $15 if you buy token bundles to fund the purchase. Just stare at it for a moment, $15. You can get a real hat for that price in real life, and it would probably look significantly cooler than this. Number 17, the Steampunk Corset, also for 8,500 tokens. I'm on the fence about the steampunk items. Whenever I try them on, I look horrendous. Yet I've seen the most eloquent, put together outfits on other people in Rec Room with steampunk stuff. So this corset isn't cheap though. For 8,500 tokens, it makes sense that people purchased it with intent, knowing exactly how to dress it up into something epic. Number 18, the Science Shovel, 8,500 tokens. If it has science in the name, you just know it's going to set you back a lot of tokens. Heck, your parents might even cringe when they hear the word science come up in conversation because it's been the source of so much begging. While I do like the Science Shovel, I think there are other interactive items that I prefer. The Invasion Halo, for example, is something I would just wear on a random Tuesday and enjoy. The shovel, not so much, though I do incorporate it into a couple outfits just to showcase the invasion items that I do have. Number 19, the Mermaid Dress for 8,000 tokens. How many people have you seen wearing the Mermaid Dress? Be honest, I think I've seen less than 5 in 2.5 years of Rec Room. It's not the worst looking thing in the world. It's colorful, bright, cheery. It's just a really odd item, kind of like the disco ball hat. I'm not sure many people buy it because they simply can't figure out what to match it with. Number 20, the graphic hat SIs Back, 8,000 tokens. Now, I'm not calling Rec Room's marketing team lazy, but putting SIs Back on the description of a hat that would normally be 1,000 tokens and then upping the price to 8,000, I wouldn't be surprised if that hat didn't exactly create a groundbreaking amount of sales in the game. Rec Room, don't hate me. I know someone had to design all these things, and I really hope that person or persons are not watching this video right now. Number 21, the Steampunk hat for 8,000 tokens. The Regal Steampunk hat is actually quite a formal and enjoyable piece. I'm not just saying that because I feel bad about what I said in the previous point. It's honestly great. Throw a monocle into the mix, you'll be the classiest person in any room. Number 22, the Gunslinger Poncho at 8,000 tokens. The Gunslinger items are one of my favorites, especially the charcoal one. The cost is insane. I think it's around 20,000 tokens for the entire set and 8,000 tokens alone for the poncho. I think it's worth it to look that tripped out. Number 23, the Science Wings for 8,000 tokens. Another super expensive item is the Science Wings. Again, you know the word science means it's gonna be over 5,000 tokens easily, and these wings are no exception. Do I think they look good? Sure, but I have at least 5 other wings in Rec Room that I like more, though these ones are pretty trippy. Let me know what the most expensive item that you've ever bought in Rec Room is, and also you guys should check out this room that I filmed in today. It's called Quest Homes by R&DM Racing, super cool. And then you should probably watch this video here on how to earn tokens faster in Rec Room, because we all know they're not going to stop pulling at our heartstrings by releasing pricey items for us to buy.